Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we currently need to get the CAR Sahara building some things. But first, let's colonize this quick. So we're just going to send some robots on over there, and then we of course need to build a bunch of orbitals. So first things first, we are going to build a major orbital and a major orbital. There we go. This will be a minor here, obviously, and a major down over this way. And a minor down here. And is that it? That is it for here. Okay. So that'll keep the Sahara busy for a little while, but not for a tremendously long amount of time. So that is definitely noted. We're going to move over to Leloria next, but the CAR Yukon is currently idle down in Ample Deer, and that is, of course, a bit of a problem. Well, let's tick forward for now, and we'll see what ends up happening with that. It'll be interesting to see what the timing ends up being like. I suspect we're still struggling to keep all of these busy. Yeah, I'm quite certain about that. That said, we're not going to have any coming free for a little bit. The CAR Sahara will be the next one to come free, and that is probably a good thing. So that is absolutely fine. We're going to need to idle the Yukon until we've got 160 influence. Not a huge fan of it, but here we are. What are we going to do, right? That is about what about the best we're going to do. So that is fine. Let's go down through here quick.
Detected in deep space.
And let's just see if we've got any jobs available that aren't currently handled. The answer is no, we don't. They are all handled at this time. Okay, so that sounds good. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about our alloy situation. I'd definitely like to work on that. Energy credit from jobs have finished up, and we're going to get more energy credits from jobs. Okay, that's fine. That's going to be, I mean, 5% may not sound like much, but 5% of 7,000 is pretty significant. We're at 429 right now, and then 540. Yeah, almost 100. Actually, I would have expected that to be a little higher, but whatever. It's fine. We're up to 540 income. That looks good. It went up. That's what we care about. So we definitely are going to have some slowed down growth, right? If we look here, 553.5. Yeah, it's definitely slowed down. No doubt about that one. That said, we're doing pretty well in terms of getting these constructions finished. We only have a few systems left that don't have a habitat in them or a planet. Obviously, and this is something I've mentioned previously, it's ideal to have a habitat and a planet.
Blocker cleared.
That would be the ideal way to go. So we would want to have a habitat here if we could get away with it. The main problem with that is that's going to take a long time. Like, that's a lot of additional worlds. If we go through here, how many planets do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on that screen there. And then a bunch of these stations. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Phase commencing.
26, 27, 28, 29. We have 29 planets. Okay, so a little back of the envelope math here means 29 times
Initial
160 is 4,640 additional influence if we wanted to do that. That's a lot of influence. No doubt about that. We'll see what that ends up looking like. But let's get a robot assembly plant over here. That'll be fine. And we have one notification over here at this point, and I believe that that is handled.
Blocker cleared.
It's my current belief. Yes, looks like it is handled. Now, we just got an astral rift out here in Milistamu. We don't have a science ship for that, of course, so we're going to want to produce one. So let's grab ourselves a science ship, an Ibn Battuta class, and let's head over and grab Milistamu.
Cleared.
Excellent. So we are up to 139 influence. The Yukon is going to be being utilized very shortly. But we're just waiting for that science ship for now. CAR Kelvin? Okay. So this is going to need to be Angeline Lavoie again. And we're going to go over and explore this astral rift.
Blocker
So that'll be interesting. The Mekong just finished up over here, and we need to colonize this and build orbitals. So that'll be absolutely fine. Also, hang on. We have 12 of these post-Carpetanians, huh? We're going to apply this template again.
Situation log updated.
And we'll get going on that. We don't want to have those if we can help it. There might be some still trickling in here and there. So the Mekong up over here is going to, of course, need to build orbitals. So an orbital down over here, this will be a minor orbital, and then a couple of orbitals over here. Minor, a major. What else do we have in this asteroid belt? Only one asteroid? Okay, we'll build a major orbital here. Then we'll build a major orbital here, then a minor orbital here, major here, and then a major here. And that should be all of it. Excellent. So that'll keep that busy for a little while. That is very good. We're definitely happy about that. I see an entry over
Blocker
here.
cleared.
It went away the moment I clicked on it. Okay. Exciting. Well, the
Special
CAR
project
Yukon is,
concluded.
of course, going to be constructing out here very shortly. So, where are we right now? Yeah, we're here. We have to build this over the star.
Blocker clear.
So that's understood. We're just waiting on the month tick at this point. Interesting guarantee revocation there. Definitely interesting. Now, I know we were talking about declaring on our rivals, and the question is, do we want to do that? That fifth battle group, owned by the Union of Plithplath Worlds, is reasonably strong. They are inferior to us, but we would have the benefit of our Federation. I don't know, I feel like it would be a fairly tough battle as of right now. I think we could do it, to be clear. But our ships are not necessarily as strong as I'd like them to be, I think. So, for the time being, we'll hold off on that, and we'll see how this expansion continues to go. So that seems fine. All of our civilian ships are constructing, a testament to the ingenuity of intelligent life indeed. And we're building this minor orbital over here in Eptrabon. Yes, that's fine. 5 orders to go on that. Looks good. So we're stocking up some influence. That is, of course, going to be vital. Dividends? Okay, sure. We're going to be overcapping our energy credits eventually. 200,000. That's not too bad. We're going to be overcapping some things, for sure. We may want to consider investing this in, like, dark matter. Like that. And then selling off some of these at least a little bit. Even alloys, to be honest. We have so many alloys right now. So that seems fine. Again, we could make the argument of going after the Kresh Collective and vassalizing them.
Blocker cleared.
We certainly could. They're a member of the Pan-Galactic Entente. So that would mean that we'd
Blocker
have to be
cleared.
prepared to deal with all of this, right?
Blocker cleared.
Just doing a little bit of mental math here and trying to gauge how well that would go. Hang on. The Progenitors just declared war on the Kresh Collective. So that's these guys over here. They've got that, like, 600k fleet power. I'm wondering why they declared this war. Like, what is the reason that they declared this? It doesn't say in this tooltip, does it? Okay. Maybe we do want to do this. So this is a vassal under the Free Brill Administration. So the Free Brill Administration is these guys down here. So this we would have to worry about. We'd have to send a fleet over there. Which we certainly could do. So a fleet out over this way. We'd need to send probably 3 fleets down here. So that would be the 5th fleet would go to the Gindor Black Hole. I would send... Actually, 2 fleets over here would probably be sufficient. And then the rest of these forces, I would think, would be responsible for holding the line down here. Pretty much, they would just, like, hang out at the gateway here. Now, this is going to create some economic issues for us, and before I declare this war, I want to know how bad. So we're going to let these guys all move out. And the real question is, what is our energy credit situation going to look like in a couple of days?
Blocker cleared.
That is nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. Remarkable. Okay, so we're positive in energy credits here. We've arrived in the atmosphere of a lush tropical planet. The flora is intensely pigmented, and swollen molluscoids slither among the fruit-bearing trees. An atypical pink haze occasionally bursts through the kaleidoscopic canopy. Given the density of the foliage, we'll need to continue our observations from the ground. Sure, we can find a suitable landing site. That'll be fine. So, attacking the Kresh Collective is definitely interesting here. We'll wait for our forces to get in position for sure.
Initial colonization phase commencing. Blocker cleared.
Okay, we do have some planets with unemployment right now, and I would like to continue to work on this as, like, construction as the priority, even through this war. So this is a generator station, and we can certainly put in a reactor district there. That is definitely what was planned in that regard. So that seems good. We've got a mining station here. Upgrade that mineral purification hub. That looks fine. So that was 2 of our 3 notifications, right? No, that was all 3. Okay. So that looks good. We're getting our forces into position here. I'm thinking about maybe expanding our transport fleet, but maybe not. Okay. So our economy is in a better state than I thought it would be when we moved out. That is definitely noted. Do we want to push out down this direction? Probably not. I think we just want to hold over here. And that means paying fairly close attention and holding the line at each of these locations. So how many fleets do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And of these fleets, the forward defense fleet is definitely the weakest. With this one, I believe the 4th fleet being the strongest. So I'm going to take these 2 fleets, and then we'll toss in the 9th as well, and we'll send it over to Carpetanian. And then I'm going to grab 2 fleets here. This will be the 2nd and the 7th, most likely. So these 3 can get deselected. The 2nd and the 7th, they're going to go to Ziaman. And then these remaining fleets, so that would be the 3rd fleet and the 8th fleet, they are going to stay here at Strubius. So we're just going to chill in each of these locations, like this. And we'll just defend these. That seems reasonably fine. 2 fleets is likely sufficient to do that. If we notice problems, we can send additional fleets around, and we can move quite quickly in this area. So that seems reasonably okay to me. Let's move these guys into position to jump. So we'll just position something
Blocker
like
clear.
that. Looks good. Okay. Those freeholders died, sure. That seems fine. We've got 3 notifications here, and that's probably the same 3 notifications. Yes. Okay, so that seems good. Our civilian ships are not idle for the moment. The Formless have offered us a reward, and we're going to take their knowledge again. We are going to take this throne eventually, but for now, I'm much more interested in breaking up the Pan Galactic Entente a bit. So, I want to know how this war is going. It is not, is the answer. There is no progress occurring. Okay, sure. Well, that seems fine for now. I want to check in on the status down here. So these guys are just idling down over this way. Noted. Okay, I think we're in position to declare this at this point.
Blocker cleared.
I'm reasonably certain we're in position to declare this. And that would be declaring on the Kresh Collective, with the CB being vassalize. Our allies have 48 claims that we're trying to conquer from the enemy and their allies. Interesting. We don't have claims. We're not spending resources on that. But we absolutely can go for a vassalization here. And I'm strongly leaning towards doing this. Let's go.
War declaration process.
So we're going to immediately head into Regulus here and Elissa here. We're going to take out a bunch of this territory. I want to get this transport fleet on the way down. I'm going to leave it in orbit of the hyper relay here, because we're probably going to want to invade locations like Lessim.
Blocker
so that
cleared.
Seems good. Yes. All of this is disconnected. That is understood. We defeated this Federation before. We can probably do it again. So these guys are going to head into Jundius, like so.
Striking hostile station.
Cool. And we're just holding the line down on this side. We're not planning on pushing down this way. We just want to make sure that they don't come up
Blocker
here,
cleared.
right? I mean, theoretically, if they have jump drives, they could jump drive up here or use gateways. Or perhaps this wormhole. I don't know where that connects. But the Kresh Collective is very large. There's no doubt about that. Cool. So Regulus is under our control. I want to attack down this direction and go immediately for the Rebellion Vortex. Like that. While these guys, they are attacking Elissa here, and that's not going to take very long. 7.1k station. I like it. Excellent. And that's out of there. I want them to immediately push down to the black hole, Soyu, and then over to Lessim. Perfect. So, we've got some idle fleets here. That is to be expected. These are going to remain idle. We are not pushing in on that side. Jundius is, at this point, under our control. We're swarming the star, but it is taken care of. So we're going to go take Vit and Vita. That's fine. And then we're just going to push our way up this direction and clean up some of this area over here. So that looks good for now. We do have an Astral Rift event pending. Upon landing, we exposed a crack in the terrain hidden under thin layers of loam. The amber-colored gas we had observed from above is even more heavily concentrated below. We speculate this opening was a previously active vent from deep within the planet's core. From here, the vegetation's variety is dizzying and dense with fruit-laden trees. Herds of bulbous, lumbering slugs slowly crawl through the jungle, eating contentedly or sleeping on the nutrient-dense soil surrounded by litters of their younglings. So we can look at either the fauna or the gas. We'll look at the gas. Why not? Cool. So the 5th Fleet is currently in combat, and it's not anymore. We're not going to have any real trouble pushing through these areas. The real question is, what kind of strength do they have down here, right? They've got 2 strongholds, 1856. That will need to be bombarded. In the Rebellion Vortex, they have no strongholds here. This can easily be invaded. Okay, it's going to take us a little bit of time to get there. Let's check in on our front line over here. I don't see any immediate threat down here. Cool. These guys don't appear to really be responding too much to either war. So that's very intriguing. We're not going to attempt to provoke them into joining this fight if we can help it. Have we lost any ships? We have not. Okay. That sounds good. So we're just going to slowly push through here and, I mean, achieve war goals we have a lot of reasons not to do. We're going to be demanding a lot of unoccupied systems. We're going to have to invade every single system that they have for this to happen. Well, we'll see what happens with this particular war, right? Defender war exhaustion is going up slightly faster, but we'll see. I'm not even sure what they're demanding. I wish we knew that. It's just called a war. Just a war. The progenitors attacked them, though, and they're enigmatic observers. So does that indicate that they, like, refused to give them samples or something? Maybe that's what's going on there.
Blocker cleared.
If so, that's understood. We took a sample of the pink haze suspended across the planet's surface and analyzed it on a molecular level. The gas has a powerful mind-numbing effect that can render all manner of biological life docile and self-satisfied. Under its influence, a susceptible intelligent entity will only attempt to satisfy its most basic needs, all while feeling a great sense of accomplishment. Additionally, its airborne compounds encourage fat development by affecting the production of natural hormones in those that inhale it. This in turn increases the affected creature's appetite due to weaker control over nutrient distribution and autoimmune responses. Over time, the result would be an endless reinforcement cycle of overconsumption. We can confirm that the gas is biologically produced based on traces of enzymes, but we've been unable to locate the animal producing it. This mollifying substance will have no effect on our drones. We're free to explore further in safety. Cool. Bunch of exotic gases. Find the source. Excellent. So we can see that the Free Brill administration has managed to move some ships into Lessim.
Blocker cleared. Nature will not stand in the way
that's
of
fine.
progress.
We're going to attack both of these areas, and we should be capable of defeating these forces with a single fleet, right? Well, maybe. If they're all grouped together, it might be a little much. But if we catch them at all separately, it should be reasonably decent.
Hostile engagement protocols.
Okay, they're attacking in Salieto. That's fine. Our Mega Art installation has reached perfection. So, over here in Salieto, they're going to attack this. They will succeed that attack. But we're going to be pushing through here very shortly, and them attacking there means that we don't actually have a problem. So, this transport fleet is going to jump drive over to the Rebellion Vortex, while these guys go handle the fleet out at Salieto. Oh, this is a much weaker fleet than I thought it was, too. Cool. That'll be fine. So these guys down here are at the Hyper Relay, but they actually got pulled into this combat. Excellent. So that looks very good. They have 4 Titans in here. Wow, they're going to be hard-pressed to replace that. Okay, we just finished up a construction down here in Seedor. So we're going to colonize this, of course, with some post-Carpetanians, and we're going to queue up some additional constructions here. This is going to be a major orbital. This is going to be a minor orbital. Major. This will be a major here as well. Major orbital, a gas giant moon. Wow, okay, that's cool. And then we can build, not an arc furnace, that's not actually going to build there. We're going to build a major orbital, and then this will be a minor orbital. Perfect. So that's all good to go. Now, let's check through our jobs here. I see we've got a few extra notifications, and we can certainly build a habitat central control in both of these locations. That looks good. This research station here, we can, I guess, upgrade this mineral purification hub. This research station, we can build a mineral purification hub in. It will become a research station eventually, but it's not there yet. Okay, we've got this fortress station. I think building another stronghold here is absolutely perfect. We'll do that. This mining station, we'll go ahead and build a habitat central control in. Checking down here to see if there's any threat, the answer is no. Okay, so that looks good. We are, of course, fighting this fleet over here. And we're going to win this very easily. But yeah, if they lose these Titans, that's going to be a very big deal. We're pursuing their Titans now, and that's not going to go well for them at all. Okay, they retreated them. That's fine. Our commander leveled up here. That's Mavis Fox in charge of the 6th fleet. We'll grab Admiral here. That is this fleet. And we want to begin a bombardment here. We know there's 2 strongholds there. And then we know here there's 1 stronghold. So that's 892. Okay. Now, down in the Rebellion Vortex, we're going to land on Neth Atatek. Perfect. And here, we're going to take this back. Cool. Do we need to do any ship replacement after that? Yeah, 8 ships. That's fine. Absolutely get going on that. We still have our minor artifacts being utilized, and we'll see if we run out of those in this war. But for now, this seems okay. Now, as far as this goes, I want to hit Zom, and then I want to push around to Phemisto, like this. We'll have one force go south and one force go north, but there's a lot of choke points over here. So, how are we doing on the bombardment at Jundius? Okay, we're making some progress here. I just wanted to make sure that that was on indiscriminate bombardment, and it was. Same here. Actually, it's on selective. We'll move that over to indiscriminate. Perfect. And now it's time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will continue the prosecution of the war against the Kresh Collective. Oddly, we have 3% war exhaustion right now. Well, we'll see what ends up happening with that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy, Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.